Hey folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization 7. We're playing as Louis of France. And good news, Bella has been walked, she has been snacked. I'm hoping she goes and has a nap, so that we don't hear some in this episode. We are trying to apparently spam a bunch of wonders, despite the fact that we're also wanting to maybe start a war. You know, if there's ever a good piece of advice in Civ, it's always try to do multiple things at once that have conflicting demands on your economy and your production chains. That's always a path to success. I'm sure it's going to work out fine. Anyway, we're working towards metal casting to get the forge up, which is going to be a key to building a lot of stuff real fast. We did have iron inside of our territory, just barely, but it was there. So we should be able to start building some stuff. In fact, we might skip, well, we're not going to skip axes entirely. First of all, we have at least one already built. Secondly, we're probably going to want one or two defensive axes per stack to defend against hostile melee units attacking our stack of units. But the bulk of our units will almost undoubtedly be swordmen, which have a 6 base attack instead of a 5, and have a 10% boost to attacking cities. They don't have the huge plus 50% versus melee units, but they're mostly going to be better. And yeah, we'll still have some axes in our stack over there, as well as maybe like a half dozen catapults. That'll probably be kind of our go time. We might be able to do with less if they don't have walls, but they do have the culture-based defense in these cities already up. So I suspect we will need more. All right, you go and be on auto explore. You mine this out. Lots of automated workers came over here because there's no improvement already in place on that one. There was, weirdly, there is a farm on that, and I don't know why that tile got farmed. Did I do that not realizing it was out of range of Lyon? Could be, could be. Come back down here just to double check. Okay, we know what the terrain is over there. That's fine. Do I want to keep this unit on auto explore? There's really nothing else to explore on the land, and yet we are alone on this continent. Now, there's something to be said about leaving him here so that we have a trading partner. On the other hand, if we do just go cleanse our continent of anyone else who isn't us, then we might be okay. It can be a little bit bad. You do want trading partners. You do want sources of religions and different things like that early on. The Malinese love us because we share a religion, but that's not going to last. Hopefully, we'll just find some other people by sea in the relatively distant future, or the not too distant future. A lot of it isn't super usable, and we'll probably end up settling there anyway. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully we can just find some overseas people to interact with and have them come and visit all of our stuff. Okay, so iron is online. I guess, I mean, come here to technically spot this. And you go and be on automated. You're going to be fine. Mostly they're just going to be building a lot of roads right now because the terrain is basically done, mostly getting improved until we get the calendar, in which case we'll have to manually go. And oh, look at this. We got our copper back too, which actually... Now, he's already built some skirmishers, which is his unique unit. I might be missing it, but I don't think he's got any other iron or copper, which is not bad. Let's take a look at skirmishers. I think they're the archer replacement. Skirmisher. Archer replacement. I mean, they're pretty good, right? They've got strength 4 instead of 3. The first strikes, I think an archer has 1 first strike, and this has 1 to 2. Like, I think it's random how many they get. So they're pretty decent. They're pretty decent. But I think this is going to work out pretty well.
And then that's
all right, Forge. We'd love the Colossus, especially since theoretically we will have a lot of coast. We don't have that many things on the coast right now, but we will have more. I think we're going to, I mean, we might go for a 100% just wipe on his territory here. May actually be our goal. I'm going to park the warrior on this. It's not terribly good defense, but it'll be some token defense over here. We could also consider spending money to upgrading the warrior to an axe or a sword, but I'm not sure that we're going to have the money for that. I'm going to let people finish what they've got queued up now. Oh, and then what we're going to do... Actually, you know what? I'm going to control click. We're going to force a forge everywhere. I should have done that instantly. I want to forge everywhere. Build that before you do everything else because it's giving you 25% production boost. Gives you a little unhealthiness, but that's okay. The other thing I might want to do is we could enforce lots of specialists given the policies we're running. Over here, they've already decided that a merchant would be better than just working another tile, which Sure. Actually, yeah, you really don't have a lot of quality stuff. So that might be fine. Although what I can also do is be like, listen, I'm going to flip these tiles back to you, which takes them away from Paris. But Paris still has plenty of high quality tiles. And if anything, Paris might be the place. Oh, we didn't actually build the National Epic. Because Paris is where we're going to do this. You generate a lot of passive great person points because you're wonders. We're going to do this. You also generate some from these two. And then what we might do is get you focused on this as sort of a great person farm. Hello, mathematics.
If in other sciences, we should arrive at certainty.
Someone's already built the Hanging Gardens. It's a really good wonder, but we're not going to cry about not getting that one. We've got plenty. And we really do have to focus on warfare. Okay, Mansa's got the alphabet. So... let's see. I don't want to trade him iron, unfortunately. I don't need the alphabet because I don't have anyone else to trade with. But let's see. Monotheism, how much is sailing? Okay, so that's 300 and change. This might enable you to make some horsey stuff. Hold on a second. Do you have horses in your border? Does he not have horses either? He's got horses over here. And he can potentially get copper from that. Okay. Just because I don't know if I want to enable him to have these units. Although you could research it pretty fast. You know what? I'm going to do that. Yeah, you'll be happy with it. Good. I mean, you wouldn't... no, you're pleased, not friendly. You're not going to give me this for free. We're going to see if this opens up any prereq tech that we can trade for next turn. I'm going to say no here for a sec. Because we might be able to get some other policies. Okay, care to negotiate? I would love calendar, is what I would like. More than the alphabet. Probably... yeah. Okay, these have the same value. I'm going to do it that way. That's fine. Then we'll get you to courthouses and spies, but that's okay.
There is a season and a time.
Now what I have to do is tell all my workers to alt-cancel their jobs, so everyone has stopped doing that, because I'm going to manually direct you to places that have calendar resources, mostly the spices. All right, all the forges are coming in, which is going to boost our production. Okay, you got your temple. That's a really nice wonder. Right, that's a lot of culture. Longer golden age. Do we sneak this one in? He's friendly. He's not about to declare on me or anything. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's sneak that in. Okay, so I think the only calendar resources are the spices. So replace with a plantation. Replace with a plantation. And that one. And that. Okay. Hello, great engineer. Tell you what you're going to do. Come down here. I'll get you to rush that wonder. Not that I'm too worried about losing it. But I'm worried about our overall timing. There's construction. Unless construction has a wonder we care more about. I could also save you until we get engineering.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings.
But I don't think so.
Look on my works.
Let's pick up philosophy. Hopefully no one's picked up Taoism yet. Okay, good. We want to be first to this if we can, because it will found a religion for us, which is great. And also, if you get it, then the AI really doesn't prioritize getting it. I'm wondering if the thing to do actually is to go engineering after. To get Notre Dame. A lot of times I tend to go machinery civil service to unlock the macemen, but I don't think we'll need them, and we would like this. But we are going to prioritize Taoism first. You are going to make a plantation there. You are going to hurry the mausoleum. So we will get it.
Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leads
all religion civics. That is really powerful. We don't have gold, and we kind of need to do some butt whooping. So we're going to go over here, and I'm going to start with... you're going to get like 4 swordmen to start off with. That actually might be our base core here. But yeah, opening every religion civic is kind of powerful. Mostly for us, we'd probably be interested in running pacifism. Insert jokes here. But seriously, because of the 100% birth rate in cities with our state religion is going to be great for us. Free religion's also excellent. I mean, we might run this first to help boost our science, but really we're going to want this because we're going to want to generate a lot of great artists. It's going to be our primary goal. We're going to want lots of great people, but great artist spam is ultimately where we're going to be at. Okay, catapult. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to queue up 3 more catapults here. And yeah, I think the plan will be to move out from Lyon. I'm wondering about doing a full sweep, like start in Gao and then heading south. So we'll organize in Lyon. Want the national epic, that's fine. The Hindu temple, you did have some happiness problems, but no, we're not giving you iron. And I don't have the duplicate spices yet. Oh, okay, first of all, do you have a barracks? You do seem to. Oh, that's really nice. You know what? I gotta do this. And it's all cities get that. That is actually so good. Okay, automate these guys. Listen, I have more than 1 spice now. Oh, you must have spices. Never mind. Okay. Up. That's done. Automate you. Let's set this actually. I think that was shaping a turn. I think it was 3. There you go. Oh, someone had auto-forted that, which actually is fine. The fort gives you the resource, so it doesn't need to be a plantation, but in case we build a city where this comes into their radius later, we're going to want to make sure it's a plantation. We're not going to build it here, although honestly, wouldn't be the worst. Paris has got a lot of water tiles. These statues would not be the worst for Paris. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 more catapults. Boom, boom. So that's going to bring us up to half a dozen, which is going to be fine to start. We're going to want more ultimately, but that is going to be fine to start. And yeah, I mean, all the trading we can do before... Okay, I'm not going to trade construction. What would you give me for this? Actually, can I get currency instead? No, I don't want to give you... Well, you know, doesn't matter. You would be able to build catapults. How much of a problem is that for us? It's not ideal. Here, I'll just do that.
A multitude of rulers is not a good thing.
Now, do I want to take a pause to make a change?
One king.
For organized religion. No, I don't need this right now. We're not really producing the buildings. And I'm not worried about the missionary spread right this second. So no, we're going to leave this. And yeah, caste system really isn't doing anything for us except increasing our maintenance. So it wasn't necessarily the thing to rush, but oh well.
I have gained this by philosophy.
I'm not becoming pacifist, but
being commanded what others do only from fear.
There we go.
Of the law.
Rhymes is our holy city. Rhymes in Paris. And we'll do an auto spread. We can guarantee a spread. Okay, if there was a city with only 1 religion, I think it would be guaranteed to spread successfully immediately. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So we'll just go and do this and hope. There we go, it did go. Once you've got 2 or more religions, and the more religions the city has, the harder it is to spread. I think it's guaranteed to happen if it's 0 or 1 existing religions. But a 0 religion, I don't think you necessarily want to use a missionary on it, because it can spread on its own. So ideally, you're using your missionaries on places that have exactly 1 religion. Okay, we might set some reinforcements. Oh, now we got a free die. Oh, okay, we got our first artist. Now, this is interesting. We could use this to light bulb drama, which is a tech we're going to want. The theater is culture and, lots of happiness. The Globe Theater is a national wonder, so we don't have to worry about pushing it. And yeah, and then ultimately it also gets us to music, which is nice for the Sistine Chapel. We might just want to... Oh, we don't actually need drum, although it would speed up. I don't think we're going to light bulb, though, and I don't think we're going to golden age. I think for us, the great artists are going to be too valuable. And so we could do 2 things. We could have it join a city to generate a flat amount of culture, which right now would be a pretty good investment. We can also use it to culture bomb somewhere for 4,000 culture. So we can do the math. Now, it's a little fuzzy because we're going to get multipliers, right? If we just do 4,000 divided by 12, then that's 300 turns worth of culture, which I suspect the game will end... Well, that might be about break even. But it should theoretically be more than that on the basis that we're going to get some multipliers. But we're going to have to be sure wherever we go and plant you to join as an artist, and you'll also be making some science for us early and some money, which is nice. We're going to have to make sure it's a place that will need the additional culture. I'm not convinced Paris will need it. It's got a bunch of wonders. It's got a decent amount of commerce. When we turn the commerce rate on to max, I think it's going to be okay. long terms, Orléans, I think, will also be another big culture hub. It's got a little bit of static culture, but not infinitude amounts. What I could also save you for is as a culture bomb for when we take... Whoa. Okay. I don't know what the default field of view is here. So I'll have to go and check the video. Like, it's sort of zooming, but not really, because the zoom is a different thing. I don't know. We'll leave it there, and we'll figure it out in between if things look weird. Yeah, because the cultural pressure, which is less of a problem if we're actually going to conquer things. What I could do is just store my great artists. The idea of if I can't predict where the best place to use them is, and if it's going to be mostly break even with doing the bomb, what I should do is just save you and then just figure out where you're going to be needed and then just bomb like 10 great artists there to reach legendary status as we need it. Again, it's 50,000 culture. So like 10 great artists gets you 40,000 and it's like most of the way there. That is something to consider. On the other hand, the sooner I use this, the sooner I also get the benefit from the +3 science while we're running representation, but also the +3 money. I think I might use them in Paris because we do have some science multipliers already going on. God. Can't help but feel that using them is a mistake. Well, I think using them might be a slight mistake from a culture point of view. I think it's a smart idea from the point of view of our science and a little bit of money. I think I'm going to use them, and I'll go ahead and just use them in Paris. I think the idea is I won't be putting my cathedrals in Paris. Unless we get to 9 cities, in which case I'll be able to do 3 cathedral cities. But if I've got less than 9, then I can really only do 2 cathedral cities. This will make sense when we get to more religious stuff later on. All right, fortify up. Go. Oh, Anchor Watt actually is really good. We get the double speed with stone, +1 hammer from priests, and we'd like to run a lot of priests in places. That actually is a really good wonder. All right. See, it's fine. We're just dividing our efforts. This dividing your efforts is exactly the right way to play. Did we get the... Oh no, we're still working the Colossus. Okay. I don't have a whole bunch of money. Oh yeah, you should get the statues. We'll do the Colossus first, and then I'll probably build the statues over there. I think we are going to want a core of defensive units, which ideally at this point would probably be longbows, which we don't have yet. It might not be worth doing archers. So if I'm going to want the defensive units in cities, it's probably just going to be a few axes and a few spears. Actually, we'll definitely want, especially since you can get horseback riding, we're definitely want a few spears ready to support our attack. Hinduism spread, that's fine. Tycho Brahe and his wooden nose. It's a wooden nose, right? Copper, maybe it was out of metal. I don't know, but he definitely had like some nose thing. All right. Colossus is going to go. There we go. +1 commerce on all water tiles is going to be amazing.
From the machine.
Oh, I can build a bunch of crossbows. Which actually might be better in a lot of ways. Okay, get your statues going. Yeah, I'm going to swap you. Instead of these axes, you're going to build crossbows, which also have +50% versus melee units, but they have a 6 base strength and a first strike. So that is going to be much stronger. They also don't get countered by other axemen. So they're straight up win against axes. We'll queue up a bunch of those because we're going to want some for defensive cities. Automate you, this fine. Unhappiness there, but so be it. And actually, with engineering coming in, we could... Oh, Mansa built the statue of Zeus, which I think means extra war exhaustion, but we'll deal with it. What's nice, we can start the war immediately adjacent to this tile. Actually, do I just want to start the war now? I think I might. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be okay. A little vulnerable here. That's okay. We'll send some crossbows down there. He adopted vassalage, so he's going to start making units with higher XP. And he's got his longbow tech going on now. Yeah, you know what? He's got more strength than I do. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be concentrated very well to start off with. Anchor Watt is a little bit enthusiastic. You do have some horse units, so we're going to want some spearmen. Alright, let's do it. or are declared. Bombard away those defenses. I think I can just YOLO it this turn, actually. I'm going to take this guy here. I'm going to go for max collateral damage. Usually I go for attack, but in this case I'm going to accept that he's just going to die. And then these guys are going to get the city attack promotion. 59%. Good. 89. 99. Do we burn this one down? Absolutely. Hold on. That's something I hadn't planned yet. Can anyone examine? No buildings intact currently. You know what? I think I'm going to keep it. Although I could burn it down and reposition it there, which had been my original plan, but no, that's going to be fine. We'll go with let's say a wall right away. I really don't know if that's going to be required. In which case, we might just start with some temples for some happiness offset. Or the growth, or just a forge immediately so that when it comes out of resistance, it'll build the forge and then it'll build everything else a little faster. Or the courthouse for economy. Let's go forge first. Put you in here. Spacebar. Lose a swordman, but let's go and put everyone in here. And chill. Try to auto-explore, although it probably won't really work for you. I might have to stack up some units to move them to reinforce there. Actually, why don't I go and grab all these archers? Even if we lose one. One of our archers did get destroyed, but that's okay. And then, yeah, get into the city. Fortify. Another great artist. Okay, I'm just going to go and stockpile you for now. And try to engage that with the crossbow. Save the promotion is fine. And wait for a little bit more healing. Oh, damn it. All these extra cities is actually quite annoying because I'm going to have to squash them all. More crossbows. I should go sit this unit on the iron here.
The designer knows he has achieved perfection, not when there is nothing.
So you can't upgrade the catapults to trebuchets because they're not actually necessarily better one than the other. Catapults actually have a higher base strength, but trebuchets have plus 100% against cities. I'm going to move everyone except the archers out here. And actually, no, you know what? I will give you the city. Actually, maybe I should have just given you the first strike because it's a little bit more flexible. Oh, yeah, we'll probably move you up there. So yeah, I'm going to go and take care of these two, even though they're a little irrelevant, I suppose. Maybe I should go after his core, but meh. Okay, bombard away the defenses. I will go for the city raider. There was a 30% chance that unit survived, but well. Good. I'm gonna burn this one down. No, because these tiles are outside of our... No, this is fine. These are two tiles that aren't being worked. Well, this one's worked by Gao. You know, that's a lot of overlap. You would work the iron, but then what else? You know, I'm gonna burn you down. Yeah. And take the first strike. Or I suppose I could have just given you combat, but... You know what? I will do this. Even though that means not protecting this spearman. But I didn't want to attack because we'd be attacking to the woods. We wouldn't be getting a very good benefit. And this does net us a scout, and that's something. We lost that. Here's the problem. I'm going to want Notre Dame. But obviously, that would be insane. right now. Okay, there's no one in the city here. Again, I'll give the crossbows sort of generic promotions. 9%, and then, yeah, you just flee. And these units, maybe I will swing south after all to hit more of the core. Obviously, you need a lot more stuff. So tempting, but no. We're gonna need a bunch of trebuchets, but I think I'm gonna need some basic units first. Be on the defensive for a little bit. Build some defensive units, some basic units. Yeah. So let's get you up to 2 crossbows and a pike over here. Maybe just from a, like, defensively for yourself. I'm going to slow down the tech towards music here, which maybe this timing is bad because maybe what we'll be ending up doing here is losing out on some important cultural wonders. But it is kind of a good timing to actually attack, though, in other ways. Go and rest. Swordman is destroyed by a longbow. Ooh, definitely join the city here, which is going to give us some more science, but also more XP when you get back to training units and not building wonders. Yeah, more city defense. I could attack this stack, but I don't think so. I think we'd rather have the implicit defense over here. That seems good.
If music be the food of love, play on.
I might want feudalism myself, because longbows are better defending cities. And then we could enact vassalage. This is so good, but this is near the front, so we're not going to go and build this. Do build a pike, so that we can blast the other units. We got another great artist. I mean, that's wonderful. I'm just going to keep banking them. And yeah, Paris, build that crossbow. And then you got nothing at them. It's too good. I guess it's not quite as key as Civ 5. Oh, great engineer. I'll just wait and have you help with Notre Dame. That sounds good. Yeah, so I'm just going to have second unit just parked here. There you go. Ooh, 1 turn away. Excellent. And yeah, I'll give you the first strike, but I will just park you here. I mean, we do kind of need the Sistine Chapel. I mean, come on. Okay. Let's build some more crossbows before I start on the trebs. Yeah, just stay fortified there. Actually, I will put a pikeman in here because you don't have one. In which case, you know what? Over here, put one more pikeman at the start of the queue. Thank you. Anchor Watt, 1 turn away. Okay. Build some crossbows. If nothing else, you're going to need it for defense. Maybe I should have started with walls there. Nah, I don't know. Okay, do that. And everything else we build is going to go elsewhere. The pikeman here, yeah, 99%. I'm going to move you. I'm going to say then promote, but you didn't take any damage. So we'll just put back. The Schwegen Paya has been built. That's fine. We weren't building that one. Oh, I got tons of money. Have we done... do we want to upgrade these guys? You know what? In the interest of speed, yes. Let's actually upgrade you all to pikemen.
Prêt à l'action. À votre service.
Oh, and that's it for the money. Okay. That's fine. And yeah, fortify where you are. Fortify where you are. Feudalism.
I will to my lord be true and faithful.
We are going to run
all that he
vassalage.
loves and shun
We'll switch to
all
organized religion while we've got the opportunity. You know what? I'm going to drop the caste system. I will just go serfdom. Oh, it's going to add an extra turn of revolution. Then I won't change anything here. Just going to leave it at 1. 1 turn of revolution. Now, he's not going to trade us the stuff he's got. We don't have a trading partner. I'm going to go straight to currency because we need to improve our financial situation. And then, you know what? I think we're going to need to go up to optics to go and meet some neighbors.
Oui.
I'm going to send a lot over here. Horse archers withdrawing. They're losing the battle, but not getting killed. Let's go, and then I can always, yeah, save the upgrade. 100%. Then come back. And then you... 91's not high enough, so let's give you the combat promotion. A little bit of a heal. A lot of times I do like to get a pikeman with the medic promotion, but in this case I'm going to go for combat 2. To bring that up to a nice 99. And you're not fully healed. By 100%. Although, unfortunately, that tile doesn't have a road, so we can't immediately pull you back. But hopefully you're not too vulnerable. And then what we can do is we can use this as our staging point against Genai. And so what I should do is move my catapults over here. And my swordmen. Because that'll be an attacking thing. And I can probably pull a couple of crossbows back. And then we'll probably end up pulling one of the pikemen too to guard the stack. And we're not going to move out yet. That's for sure. Oh, you have a pikeman in here that can already go out. Okay, that's going to be fine. Oh, hello. We definitely want to use you to build the holy building. Wait, is that not the holy city? Is this the holy city? Which one's the Confucius holy city? Oh, it's Lyon. Okay. Because that'll give us tons of money. We'll get 1 money for every city that follows Confucianism. There you go. You'll get the medic promotion, so we have a nice healing stack over here. And yeah, you're just going to fortify up. And that should be enough to keep Gao out of trouble. Unless there's a super mega dedicated stack, but otherwise we're good. Get a few extra crossbows. That I'm still fine with the pikemen. Start some trebs, and then go. Again, with probably a half a dozen, we'll probably be fine. Half a dozen siege units. We got 3 cats. So we can get 3 trebs. I think we're going to be just fine. That's not our road, so unfortunately we can't boop them and then run back. But I guess I'll do it anyway. Because you're not too badly hurt. So you're probably okay alone. They could have always gone and reinforced you too. Okay, so you here, we're making +7. I'll tell you what, let's go it this way so we know. +63. If I do this. Okay, only an extra 5, but that'll get better as we get more Confucianist stuff going on. We're going to spread it far and wide. Could have Golden Age with you, but I think this is our best usage. Yeah, just fortify. Go. You're going to want your lighthouse, because what you want to do is actually want to work all these tiles, because you've got the statues. I think we have to get you your lighthouse done, unfortunately. Even though I do want to produce more units there, you need that. Okay, so that's a pretty dangerous looking stack. They can certainly hurt a lot of our units with catapults. I think we're okay. I don't think I need to keep this pikeman here, actually. I think we're mostly okay. I don't think there's going to be an attack coming from this direction. So we'll just send you towards the front. And I'll get you to finish that 1 crossbow. But then you're going to go and, well, start at least 1 trebuchet. Again, I'm going to want 3 total, but I don't know if I'm going to want them all built here.
Everything is worth what its purchaser will pay for it.
Prêt à l'action.
You know what? I will give you the city defense promotion on these guys. And I will promote these. You only have one oh no, 2 catapults. Well, let's get one of these specialized to anti-siege. There you go. And yeah, a little bit of money for a little bit more upgrading. We don't need to rush the compass. It's not like I'm going to be building a caravel right this second. Okay, a bit of a push here. Okay, what? This archer become a longbow.
Oui, prêt pour assignation. Oui.
And I'm going to give you a generic combat promotion, Mr. Axeman. So yeah, you're bombarding our defenses here. I think that's probably okay. Sistine Chapel is a gun. That was good. That was really key. But now you'll also throw in a trebuchet. We have another great engineer. I'm just going to hold you until we build another wonder. We don't have a pikeman here. That's too bad. We can do a little snipey snipe. Yeah, it looks like what we need is a lot of pikemen. Oh, and you're going to join the city as an instructor. I think that's our second one, so you're making tons of extra XP here. I don't know that we have anyone else to buy. Lighthouse, there we go. So now you can work all these tiles, feed yourself, and get production out of it, and make tons of money. Which one of the things is going to mean for Paris... build me a trip, please. For Paris, I'm going to retake ownership of these tiles. Oops. Put you back on automatic. There you go. Run some specialists, that's fine. We're not really doing... But you honestly, we could maybe consider putting you on Emphasize Great Person, because you do have the National Epic, but we kind of still need you to be producing things, so... 99. Yeah, okay. No wonder right now. I don't think Compass is going to come with one. Over here, we're still... All right, you do have your War Elephants, which are certainly a lot scarier, but the Pikemen are still going to help a lot with that. Okay, that's a pretty big stack coming that way. I could counter by doing my own catapult attack against these guys to give them a big weakening, but... I think this will be fine. Okay. So you build your forge. We could build the walls. I mean, they'll bombard it eventually. I think we probably just start building units over here, even without a barracks. I think we just build some units out of this. Let's get some longbows for various just defensive stuff. And yeah, I'll give you full city defender upgrades, because that's really what you're going to keep doing. And there you go. One of the pikemen has enough promotions for the bonus versus mounted units, which is kind of your strength in the first place. So we'll just stack onto that. Yeah, losing this iron would be annoying. It's not our only one. I'm just wondering if I should park this pikeman onto this tile. I think I will. I'll give you a combat promotion. I'm going to give you combat 2. And you know what? I'm going to pair you with this crossbow. Okay. That's going to remain fairly solid. Now, there's no way he's going to want to peace out, because he's got more military than we do. He doesn't realize that it hasn't been working out so well for him.
The wisest men follow their own direction.
Is there... Hang on. Let me get civil service. We do actually want optics, but if we can get to our macemen operating, that'll be kind of nice. Yeah, they might pillage this iron, and that's going to be okay. Oh yeah, I need this in whatever town this is. The Heroic Epic for increased production. For now, let's get a couple extra trebuchets, and that will be enough for the push. And yeah, in 8 turns, actually, we'll be able to make some macemen / upgrade a bunch of units to it. Part of me is like, oh, let's get the markets, but let me actually build this here. Let me set this to finish in 5 turns. We'll finish that trebuchet in 5 turns. We'll finish this trebuchet in 5 turns, and then we'll start making macemen. And then we'll still be making a little bit of money for upgrading existing troops to macemen. Oh, I got to put a cut in here. I'm going to do that now. We're killing some units that are attacking us, which is nice to see. I mean, we're going to want all these monasteries. We're going to want to run the missionaries, but we clearly have to focus on warfare right now. Go ahead and get an extra trebuchet. Same sort of logic here, although we could have maybe started building more longbows for defense.
Quel est le plan? Prêt à l'action. Prêt pour assignation.
Lone pikeman's going to come over here, boop him, and then pull back, and then fortify. You're going to spacebar. Okay, so we'll put a cut in here, and then continue this war, which is still feeling okay. He still has more troops than we do. Out of curiosity, yeah, he'd be willing to pay us a little bit of money, which is interesting. But I think we're in a really good position to take this city, at the very least. And really, I'd like to push to Timbuktu as well, because I think there's a bunch of wonders there. Folks, thanks a lot for watching another episode. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.